Oh, for the Love of Flowers, Chapter 4. The transition to college was both exciting and scary for Percy and Annabeth. Both of them were beyond excited to leave behind the mass of chaos of demigod life, but at the same time, it's all they ever really knew, and suddenly they were thrust into a life with normal people and normal things that they'd never experienced before. Percy had never even been to a high school prom. The one time that he and Annabeth tried to go, they got found by a monster after taking photos and decided to spend the rest of the night just watching silly movies after washing off all of the blood. He never had much high school drama because he had stayed the loner to make demigod life easier. So to be suddenly put in a situation where they couldn't escape normal kids felt like something even Annabeth couldn't make a plan for. But somehow they had been able to make it work. Percy found a wonderful, tight-knit group of friends, people who are just as strange as he is sometimes, but love and accept him for who he is anyways. Some of them had even been trained in the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, making it easier for him to talk about fighting and the demigod part of his life while still making it sound like he was just a regular mortal guy. There were times they even encouraged him and asked him to spar. Annabeth cackled when he allowed them to pin him down. I just wanted to be nice. Let them win something, Percy had told her one night when they were snuggled up on his couch, watching some random TV show. There's no way you're gonna lose to Jace. They all know that, she says, curling into his side even further. Fine. I'll just keep just sparring with you, he says. Annabeth snorts. And there's no way you're gonna win against me. The 4 years of university Percy had were truly some of the greatest times in his life. Sure, biology midterms were the most evil thing for him to have ever faced, and he literally faced Titans adamant on killing him, but somehow he managed to pull through and graduate. It felt unreal to finally be done with school and monsters and go out into the world and live a normal mortal life. As well of a normal mortal life as he could possibly live. Annabeth's major, unlike his, takes another year to finish. He's been so proud of her, achieving her goal of being a full-fledged architect. As her graduation pulls near, he, his friends, and her new mortal friends all decide to plan her a graduation party to celebrate this achievement. Truth be told, Percy hasn't really planned a party before. He's grown to be a more chill, take things as they go kind of guy, so luckily Annabeth's friends are quite type A. Percy, Jace, go hang the banners over on these pillars, Annabeth's friend Clara demands. They do so because Clara can be almost as terrifying as Annabeth if you don't follow her direct orders. It's all coming together, though, thanks to her. There are tons of people running around the room, setting up and decorating tables and blowing up balloons. So how excited are you that you and Annabeth are moving in together? Jace asks as he adjusts the left side of the banner for Percy to tape in place with about 17 feet of scotch tape. Dude, I'm stoked, Percy admits. We've been together since we were 16, and now we finally actually get to start out on adult life together. Jace whistles. You're lucky to have been with the love of your life since you were that young, dude. Saved you all the problems of dating. You were just one and done, he says. Percy chuckles at his friend. Jace is great, but rather awful when it comes to women. He'll get it together soon. Percy says. Probably. At that moment, Percy's phone begins to ring. Hi, Mom, he says, answering the call, and smiles when he hears Estella playing with noisy toys in the background. He definitely bought her every single music toy he could find, and she's never been happier. His parents were less than pleased, but they did love seeing her make music and have fun, and have started to even put her in music lessons. Even Apollo has been rather excited about her blooming talent. Hey, kiddo, she says. He can hear the smile in his mother's voice. We're just about heading out to the party, and Paul got held up in class, so we weren't able to pick up the centerpiece. Oh, don't worry about that. We've got plenty of help here, so I can just run out and go grab it myself. Thanks. We can't wait to see you, she says, and before the end of the call, Percy tells Jace he's grabbing the centerpieces before heading out to do just that. Thanks. Luckily, the flower shop isn't that far from the venue that they chose for Annabeth's party, and Percy was able to get there in no time. There's a slight line, but it moves rather fast. He steps up to the counter and tells them what he needs. The girl at the counter nods before coming from the back with 4 small centerpieces. These are some nice flowers, she comments, as she places them into boxes to wrap up. What's the occasion? Graduation party. My girlfriend just finished her architecture program, Percy says proudly. Wow, congrats to her, the girl says. Nice of you to throw a party about it then. Yeah, it's just a big deal. She's been wanting to be an architect ever since we were kids, he explains, and she nods. Well then, the girl trails around and floats to the room behind the counter that's hidden from customers. When she gets back, she's holding onto a small bundle of blue hydrangeas. They're gorgeous and match the centerpieces almost perfectly. Forgive me for being forward, but I love and hearing about real-life love stories, so these are on the house. And give them to her and make her smile, buddy. It's such a kind gesture from a girl that can't be more than 17 years old, so Percy profusely thanks her and insists on tipping before he heads out. He heads back to the venue, and it's almost time for Annabeth to arrive, and he anxiously awaits her with his mother, holding the hydrangeas in his hands, feeling buzzed with excitement. When Annabeth walks through the door, everything fades away into the background as he runs up to give her a kiss and congrats. She smiles into the kiss and takes the flowers in her hands that he offers her with a smile. This is so sweet of you, but how on earth did you manage to pull it off? She teases him, causing Clara to link her arm into Annabeth's and tell her all about the planning that she did. Clara leads Annabeth away, but Annabeth still smiles back at him before going to say thank you to everyone else who helped out with the party. It all goes smoothly, and time seems to fly by. Before long, it's dark, and everyone is somewhere between tipsy and super drunk, because it is a party after all. Paul eventually turns on some music, and everyone has pushed the tables to make room to dance. Annabeth laughs as Percy spins her around, or at least he attempts to. Maybe this is what high school prom is like. Or maybe this is even better than what it could have been. Being here, surrounded by love and family and friends, and celebrating Annabeth like she's the prom queen, only she's not. She's an architect, and that's even better. Earlier in the night, Clara drunkenly put one of the blue hydrangeas in her hair, and it looks perfect against her braids. This makes me glad we never made it to the real dance when we were 18. You're swinging me into the walls, she says. Hey, I'm trying here, Percy replies, and Annabeth laughs. Maybe you should try something else then, she replies. There's a sparkle in her eye, shining through the snarkiness. It makes Percy fall even more in love with her, even though he didn't know that was possible. Thank you for putting on this party, Percy, she says. Her voice is gentle now. This is all so special. Of course.